डॉक्टर बाबा साहेब आंबेडकर ओपन यूनिवर्सिटी.
Welcome to Baba Saheb Ambedkar Open University. In the previous session, we have discussed regarding Savlet, and we seen that Savlet helps us to build a web application, web-based environment in a web-based environment. In a web-based environment, once we develop a web application, the web application contains number of objects in terms of Savlets and other third-party controls it may have. So, in certain issues, in sometimes what happens that number of controls will be contained in the single container. So, it becomes very difficult to manage these controls and within the single container if they are at the same level. So, to solve and to simplify this Savlet implementation in the web based environment in Java, the different frameworks were introduced. Among that, the Strut is most famous framework. That Strut helps us to define, write the web based application in Java in a, we can say, decomposed manner. Okay. So, what the Savlet is, what the Strut is? The Strut is an open source framework. Simply, Strut is an open source framework. Using this framework, our developer or Java programmer can develop a Java based application in efficient manner. It provides a easy testability, modularity, and very efficient in terms of deployment and executions. So, what the Strut is and how do we use it, that we will see one by one. So, simply the Strut, Apache Strut is a free open source that we already discussed. Web applications differ from conventional programming to the, we can say, modern programming environment in terms of, we can say, dynamic request is sent and it is for the dynamic resource, then it requires certain further processing. Okay. Now, initially when the JSP was introduced, there was two model was introduced. One was the model 1 and another model was model 2. Under the model 1, the execution environment like that when the browser sends a request, it is received, fetched by the JSP or Savlet container. It processes the request in terms of data validation, business logic, any other kind of, we can say, manipulation of the data is there. Then it performs all kind of tasks on the process, fetches the data from the database as well, and formats and forms the response and sends the response back to the client. That means each and every task was carried out by Savlet and JSP container. They were responsible for forming and fetching the data and forming the response back to the client. So, this was all about model 1. Now, what about model 2? The model 2 was, it was referred as a model view controller. So, model view controller solves many of the inherent problems of the model 1. In MVC, the central Savlet known as the controller controls the execution task, receives the parameters from the backend and forms the response back to the clients. So, in MVC, what the MVC is actually? So, MVC stands for model view controller. Model is all about data. It manages the data. View, that means the users that sends the response, using the view, user sends the request and the controller sends the response back to the client in the using the view, while the controller itself, controller is responsible to fetch the request from the client, process the request and form the response, and then after using the view, the controller will send the response back to the client. So, this the model 2 was the MVC architecture. Using the architecture, it was performing the request response application. Now, Strut was evolved and it was in 2000 by Craig A. McClellan and then donated to Jakarta project in 2000. Then after it has released and developed one by one, and we can say today it is having a released as on date, it is having a 2.3.16 released in March 2014, and today if we are talking about today, then 2.5 is there, that is used in the Strut environment, Strut fraternity. Now, what kind of functionality, what kind of tools that we need if you want to build a Strut based application? So, generally we need a JDK or later JDK 1.5 or later, Tomcat 5 or later, Apache strut2.jar files needed, and among that the most commonly used needed jar files are, if you want to build a Strut based application, the important jar files that we need are the commons logging.jar, maker.jar, marker.jar, OGNL.jar, struts to core.jar and xworks.jar. So these are the most important jar files containing different classes to perform the functionality in a servlet and a server environment for executing the client request plays a vital role. So to build a strut based application using this strut 2.0, we need these jar files for in our web environment to execute this servlet program, okay, because ultimately the controller would be the servlet. So the servlet will be there, and using the servlet as a controller we will process the request and form the response back to the client. Struts MVC architecture, how it works, let us see. So generally browser is there which sends a request, action servlet is there which maps the request with a specified controller and maps it through this even struts config file with the config file and forms the response back to the client. If required, then it accesses data from the backend, forms the response, sends the response back to the client using the view to the end user or client. So this is what the MVC architecture of struts execution is there. Now simply what kind of benefits a strut delivers to the user, that we can see. So strut 1.0 and strut 2.0 differs from each other in different criteria, especially there was a action class, here the action class is already there. In a strut 1 there was action form, here it is action or POJO, okay. Then under the action forward there was action forward, here the result is there. Struts config.xml file was there, here the strut.xml file is there, action servlet was there, filter dispatcher is used, request processor is there, interceptors are used. Though in strut 2.0 various functionality were added to make more efficient application and remove the complexity in terms of expression language, in terms of testability, in terms of threading model, validation, dependency, servlet dependency, etc. These are the features, benefits that is delivered by strut 2.0 framework compared to the strut 1. So once we will develop a web based application using strut, we will have all these benefits in our application. Now actually how strut functions, okay, if we have built a strut based application and we want to understand that how our application will work, because generally what happens, we build the application, we clicks on the, we provides the data from the view, data is sent back to the client, the process would be there and response would be returned back to the clients, but in internally how the strut executes, that we need to understand. So let us have a look in its execution or functioning environment of the strut. So generally what happens, the client sends a request, okay. Once the request is received by the web container, okay, the web container will map the request with the deployment descriptor in a web.xml and it decides that which actions to be undertaken. Based on that it will check that filter dispatcher, okay, because web.xml is having a forwarded action filter, we can say filter is there and that filter is filter dispatcher. It will be forwarded to filter dispatcher, respective filter dispatcher. There would be number of filter dispatchers. Among that, the filter dispatcher will that decides that which action a proxy would be called. So based on the action proxy, it will process, send back response to the request to the configuration manager. Configuration manager is struts.xml file. Strut.xml file is having a configuration about the application. So it will check and which actions to be invoked. Based on that it decides and sends back that particular action class and that mapping would be there in action invocation. Under the action invocation it checks that this actions class is very we can say requested by the user. So that actions class comes into a picture, processes the request, and if interceptors are required, that interceptors would be allowed to process the requested data, and then after the response would be formed and the response would be sent back to the action invocation using the action proxy. Using the filter dispatcher it will send back to the client. So generally the strut.xml file and web.xml file plays a vital role in the overall struts application execution environment, because the most important mappings are in strut.xml file, and the rest we can say the functionality lies with the action class and interceptors. Action class plays a vital role. Once the action class is invoked by the container action invocation, then the respective service would be served by the action class and the response will be forwarded back to the client. This is all about the architectures that the execution flow that we have discussed in the previous slide about the struts functioning. Now, strut 2.0 MVC components, as we have seen that MVC components are consisting of controllers, model and view. So, generally the controllers is control is having a filter dispatchers, as we said that filter dispatchers will just what, it will look for the component for the starting process, then after looks at the request and applies the appropriate action. Framework handles all of the controller works, configuration, it checks, okay, filter dispatcher will look for the web.xml as well and for other interceptors, and interceptors are playing a vital role, as I told you that interceptor does what kind of functionality, they are responsible to perform the works like logging, validations kind of things that we already discussed, double submitting, file upload also. So, they will perform such kind of functionality if the application requires, and then after the response will be forwarded back to the client. The most important benefit of the interceptors are the pluggable, they are pluggable. That means, if we want to add a functionality of a interceptor functionality kind of, we want to add a validation kind of things, if we want to add a logging kind of thing, we want to add a file in a file uploading functionality in our web applications, then we doesn't need to change or redeploy the application, we simply need to provide a entry into the file and the functionality would be available to us. See here, validation, XML and logging, etc. From there we don't need to redeploy the, we only need to remove the remove or add the entry from the strut.xml file. If you want to remove the functionality, just remove the entry from the strut.xml, and if you want to add the functionality, just add the entry. Okay, the functionality would be available to the web application. So, other what kind of we can say interceptors are there in the inbuilt functionality. So, list of interceptors are there in a struts 2.0 framework. Okay, the few are listed like this: alias, auto wiring, chain, checkbox, the list goes on. Okay, these are few ones that are listed over here, but you can get it from the strut 2.0 framework. Okay, the control is responsible for invoking the action class, for serving the request, configuring the action mappings, updating the deployment descriptor and adding the strut components to the application. Now, strut action class, what kind of functionality strut action class performs? The strut action class is generally basically responsible for fetching the client's request, processing the request data, forming the response back to the client. This is the simple task, but most important task of the action class in a strut framework. Simple. It also decides where the response should be forwarded. Okay. Second thing is the where to forward the response is very important. Okay. So, the action class decides that where the response would be sent back and to whom to send back it. Basically, the class receives data and to the from the presentation layer. Under the presentation layer is simply a view. Okay. In a MVC architecture, the model is known as the data, backend side it is maintained by the model. In the presentation layer there would be a view, and the business logic is consisting of all about a controller. So, the terminology is different. Presentation layer is known as the view in a MVC architecture, business layer is known as the controller. Okay, so it fetches the data, business logic fetches the data, sorry, action class fetches the data from the presentation layer, business layer processes the data and sends back the response to the presentation layer, that means where to send the response back to the client, that will be decided by the action class itself. Okay. Action class must extend org.apache.struts.action class. This is very important, that action class must extend this package or class we can say, and it has to override one important method, execute. Okay. Each and every action class must have this overridden method execute, because this execute method will decide the response to be forwarded and where to be forwarded. strut action class is having a, we have number of another classes, action, include actions, forward action, dispatch action, lookup dispatch actions, switch actions, but among all these available classes the most important action classes are the action and dispatch action. That means action class decides what kind of functionality to be performed, and dispatch action, once the action is performed, where the response or request to be dispatched. And these are the extra features available in a struts framework in a Jakarta Commons library. They are the beans utilities, collections, digesters, file uploading, language, logging and validators. So, using this functionality in terms of library files, you can perform number of tasks for developing an advanced strut based application. Now, after learning the strut concepts, now it is time to move towards developing strut based applications. What kind of configurations we need to deploy in a web container, and how do we execute strut application in the web container, that is a Tomcat one, that we are using Tomcat as a web container. So, we will deploy the strut application in a Tomcat. So, let us move towards the implementation environment. Okay. Now, we are using a Tomcat as our web container, and we already discussed in previous slides that we need different jar files, very important jar files. In our slides we have discussed, you can see that we need certain jar files in our environment for the successful executions of the strut based application. They are the commons logging, pre-markers, OGNL, struts core and xwork jar files. So, the question arises in our mind is, how do we get such jar files from, and from where? So, to get these jar files, initially being a learner of strut environment, you need to download one struts blank 2.0.1 war file. Okay, just download this blank war file and upload it into your Tomcat container. Once it is uploaded, execute it, and then after you will have the directory named with the same war file, and double click it. Under the web-inf directory there would be a lib directory, and under that all the listed jar files would be there. So, once it is there, you can copy these jar files or even the lib folders and use these jar files in your web application. Okay. So, this is a simple way to get these jar files for the strut environment. So, after getting or after learning these concepts, now we will move towards test BAOU, that is the our strut based application, that strut what we have developed is. In these applications we have two GSP file. Okay. So, what we are doing, just we are displaying the welcome message, that whoever user logs in, he will be welcomed through the welcome message like this. Okay. So, let us see the index.jsp. What it does, it is simply having a, we are using a taglib directive of the JSP. This taglib will help us to create the HTML form and the text field as well, password and the submit button. We have simple a text field named username and password field, and then after submit button with a label login. Once we log in and click on the submit button, the action fired would be login.action. Okay, see here the login.action is very important. This is the actions to be fired. Okay, so this is the index.html file, a JSP file. Okay, and this is the welcome.another JSP file. So, here simply what we are doing, we are simply displaying the message to welcome the user who has logged in using the taglib directive of the JSP strut URI. S is a prefix that we are using for the property to access the property of the bin username, get username. Now, apart from these two files, we have developed a strut file, that is a implementation of a strut is, we can say, a login action class. See here what we have done, that we will discussing. Apart from that, we have developed, we have defined a struts.xml file, a mapping. Then after we have a deployment descriptor web.xml, and you can see that lib directory containing all the jars. So, you need to deploy all these jar files in the lib directory from the blank war file, and then after start developing your own strut based application. Now, we have under our web application we have discussed two files. One is index.jsp, that is the view or presentation layer of our strut 2.0 web application. As per the MVC architecture, index.jsp would be a presentation layer. This is also a presentations to the user in the form will be used as a, we can say, response. Then this is the, we can say, a business logic layer, action login action.java. This will work as a controller. This class will work as a controller for our application. So, login action class extends the extend support class. Okay. Now, this class belongs to this package com.opensymphony.xwork.action support, and under this class what we have used this action this is action class. In short, if we have to say, we have discussed the action class, that action class is responsible to fetch the request from the user and form the response back to the client. So, simply here we have written this two parameter, declared two variables username and password, and we already discussed that every action class must have to override execute method. So, here we are overriding this execute method, see public string execute, and what we are doing in execute, we are simply fetching the, we are matching the data of the username and password that user has entered. So, here simply we are checking that this username dot equals the with Vinod and this password equals with GVP. If the user entered name is Vinod and password is GVP, then it will return success, else it will return error. Okay. With the message get text login failed, retry. And these are the, we can say, getter and setter methods. See, we already discussed and you already know Java Bean. In Java Bean we have seen that there is a getter and setter methods for each and every member of a bean. So, here we have a username and password. So, for username and password we have a getter method and setter method. For same way for password get method and set method. So, this is simply our action class having a getter and setter for the members of its class, as well as with a overridden method execute, which is sending response back to the client or sending the results in terms of success or failure. So, once it executes, what will happen now? See here, once the request is forwarded, submitted to the controller through the index.jsp, it will match in a web.xml first. What it will match? See here that welcome file is index.jsp is a presentation layer, and this is the URL pattern of our action, that is star. That means, whatever action is fired, that will be matched over here, and based on that, okay, see it will match that filter name is strut2, the strut2 is also matching. So, it will invoke the filter class, that is what our dispatcher filter dispatcher class is. Then this based on this filter dispatcher class, which class to be invoked, that will be decided from struts.config struts config file. So, strut config file is having a default package, and it is under the package tag there is a action tag, and action tag contains number of attributes like name, class. Okay. So, this attribute indicates the actions, which actions to be fired. So, based on the login. Okay. See here, this is the login action. Okay. So, it matches that yes, login action is required. So, it will fetch this login action, yes, the login action is there, then which class instance to be loaded, then it will load the instance of a login action class that we have defined, login actions. Once it defines, it will be executed, and login actions, once it executes a execute method, it returns the success or return error message. Based on these two parameters, either one, it will invoke the presentation back to the response. See here, if the result returned is success, it invokes welcome.jsp, okay, and if returns error from here, then it invokes index.jsp back. That means, the ID and password are incorrect. So, index.jsp will be displayed again, but if the ID and password are right, then it will display the message using the welcome.jsp as a presentation layer to the user. So, after discussing these three files, two are the presentation layers, index.jsp, welcome.jsp, One is the controller, that is login action, and two are the mappings strut.xml and web.xml. So, this mapping files decides that which actions to be called, and the action decides that which response and which results to be returned to the client. So, after learning and understanding the struts file, especially the controller file and struts config file, we can now execute the application. So, this application is already loaded in our web apps directory of our web containers Tomcat. So, now we need to start Tomcat. We are starting the Tomcat. Once it is started, we will start its execution environment. Click on manage app. It is asking for user ID and password. Username is BAOU and we have already kept the same password BAOU. Click on OK. Okay, once it displays us the list of applications, our application is strut based application is test BAOU. So, we will click on test BAOU. So, once the application starts execution, it asks us for the username and password. This is what our presentation layer is, say index.jsp. It asks for the username and password, and the right password is we already set it. Okay, we are comparing it in a business logic is Vinod and GVP. So, once it is the right password, see in a login action.java file, if it is right one, then it will return the result success, and if it is success, then based on success return strut.xml decides, see here result in a result tag. If the result returned is success, it will invoke welcome.jsp. So, right now it will return result success. Let us see. So, it welcomes us hello Vinod, okay, with the username as we have mapped in a presentation layer. See welcome, welcome, hello, and using this getter method of username, it returns the property username through a get username, returns the entered username. But now suppose we are entering a wrong credential, username is right, but we are entering a wrong password like test and submit it. So, what will happen? It is not going to match over here. So, instead of success it will return error. So, once it returns the result error, so it will check this result tag and status error, then it is matching yes, then it will send the response in the terms of index.jsp back to the client. See, let us test it again. So, wrong credential, submit, do not save. So, it displays the message like this, login failed, please retry, and this is all about a strut based applications that we have discussed the strut environment. Then after we have executed the strut applications through two presentation layer, two view we can say, then one is controller and the configurations file in terms of web.xml and strut.xml. I hope after discussing and implementing the struts application in a web container, you might have understood and cleared your concept about the struts web container, what kind of API that you need in terms of jar files, and how to deploy strut application in a web container, and what kind of configuration we need in a struts environment in terms of web.xml and struts.xml file, and the returned result from the business logic through controller is very effective and efficient while processing the client request. Thank you very much.